Hello everyone, all you wonderful people, and welcome back. I hope you are having a wonderful day so far. Today I'm gonna go through the Z index of CSS. So, the Z index property specifies the stack order of an element. I'm gonna give you the first example. Let's make a couple of div sections. The first one will have the class of box1, and the second one is going to get the class of box2. Alright, let's say that z index 1, and the other one is going to have an z index of 2. There we go. Then let's style these with CSS. So let's take the box 1. The width can be 150, same goes for the height, and the background color, let's say pink. Okay, and there we go. We don't really have to center align the text, or well, we could. Display flex, justify content center, and align item center. There we go. What about font weight bold, color white, font size 2em. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Border radius 25 pixels. Okay, and let's give this one a z index of 1. So basically this means that when the elements get on top of each other, which element is going to be showing? Well, the element that has the higher z-index number is going to be shown. So for example, let me style the box 2. Width 150, height 150. Light blue will be the color. I'm gonna make it look nice as well. There we go. And there we go. Font weight will be bold. Font size 2em. Color white. And what else are we going to need? I guess we are going to need nothing else. Alright. Except the z-index. I'm gonna set the z-index on this to be 2. So, now they are on the page, but nothing is happening. However, if I'm going to move this one on top of this one, something will start to happen. So, let me add some margin. Let's say margin top minus 25 pixels. Alright, 35, 45. You can see that this is actually covering this one. So the element that has the higher z-index is going to be the element that will be shown when they go on top of each other, like this. Alright, I'm gonna put it like completely over here. There we go. They are now on the exact same spot. And yeah, the z-index 2 is being visible. What if I set this one to be 0? And then this one to be 2. Wait. That's weird. Maybe we gotta open this on Google Chrome. They didn't change the you know, how they are being shown. So even though that the box 1 has a higher z-index right now, it should be on top of this one. So the pink box should be shown not this one. Z index. Interesting. Actually, I forgot something very important. The Z index is only going to work when you use the position property. By default, the position is going to be static. So the static positioning won't do. You gotta use, for example, a position of absolute. And there we go. Now these are going to be on different levels. Alright. I'm gonna take the margin off. And yeah. If both of these elements have the same Z index, then the later one will be shown. Both have 1, but the box 2 is shown. However, if I change the Z index of the box 1 to be 2, that is the one that's going to be shown right now. So yeah, the Z index basically defines which element is going to be shown when they go on top of each other. That's very useful for navigation bars and stuff like that. For example, if we wanted to create a navigation bar like this, let's imagine that that's gonna be our navigation bar. So if we want to create that, I gotta also select the body element, margin as bottom 1000 pixels. Okay. And then I gotta go ahead and add some sample text. I can remove the other div and lorem and hit tab. Alright, so you can see that the first text is going to be under this box. So yeah, that's exactly what the Z index does. I'm gonna copy this paragraph a few times, and then the position is going to be sticky. So we can use this as a navigation bar. Actually, not sticky, but fixed. There we go. Alright, it's gonna stay at the same location all times. We can also say top 0. Now it's gonna be at the top. Okay, let's change the text to navigation slash header bar example. And by the way, I put the text into a wrong place. There we go. So, navigation header bar example. So imagine that this had our logo, a bunch of links and other stuff. Well, there we go. We have it right over there. We can click on them whenever we want to. So yeah, the Z index is pretty important. That allows us to really style the web pages. Let's say there's going to be one paragraph that has even of a Z index even higher than 2. Let's set it to be 3 on this one. Alright, so the style is going to be Z index 3. So when we are going to scroll past, wait, it's gonna be the 4th. Oh yeah, the positioning as well. I always forget about that. Position absolute. Relative. There we go. Okay. gonna make it absolute. These texts are going on top of each other, but that's completely okay. I can still demonstrate. So right now you can see that this paragraph is going over the navigation and header bar example. And because it has a higher z-index, it has a z-index of 3. That's why it's going on top of this element. So yeah, the z-index is very useful in CSS. There's a lot of things that we can do with that. And yep. Okay, we still have some time. So I am gonna give you a few more examples. So I'm going to be removing these. There we go. Now we still have the box. That's okay. And let's say that I'm going to insert an image this time. IMG source images and example. Nope, not that. Let's take background image. Okay, that's a good one. The width will be like 100. So we will make it really small. And that's it. We got an image. Let's make it 200. Okay, that's better. Then we can put a text over the image. For example, H1. This text goes over the image. Let's say that. And then let's go to the style sheet. Get the H1 heading and give it a Z position. Absolute, first of all. I'm going to remove this. They are now all on top of each other. That's kind of interesting. Let's set the position of the image to be fixed. Background position fixed. Or better yet, let's set it to be at the bottom. Oh no, it's not gonna work. Okay, there's another way we can do this as well. We can take the image and we can put the z-index to be a negative number. So position absolute. Alright, and z-index is gonna be -1. Alright, so now the H1s are going to be, they are going to be over the picture. I'm gonna give this a width of 400. There we go. So yeah, the z-index can also be moved to the negative side. So yeah, because the image has a z-index of -1, it will be placed behind the H1 heading text. So yeah, easy to use, easy to understand. Just remember the absolute positioning. Without that, it's not going to work. And put a color that is visible. For example, from this image, this color is not too visible, but this one is. So yeah, put a visible color. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a next example. Alright, for the next one I am going to need a total of 4 div elements. So div class container, div class, let's say red box, and I don't have to do that. So red box, green box and blue box, RGB basically. This is going to be green box and the last one is going to be blue box. And these all are inside of this div element with the class container. Alright, now I'm going to take the container and then I'm going to set a position relative for this. There we go. That's all we're gonna need for that. Then I'm gonna take the red box and I'm gonna set the position relative. This time z index will be 1, border 2 pixels solid, black, height will be 100 pixels and margin 30 pixels. There we go. So here we go. Here we have a black bordered box with z index 1. So I'm gonna say that z index 1. Alright. This one is going to get a z index of 2. And this will get a z index of 3. Okay, I'm gonna take the green box and I'm gonna position relative, or actually absolute. There we go. Then I'm going to make the z index 2 on this one. The background color will be light green. The width will be 35% and height will be 100 pixels. That's a good size. Then I gotta get it inside of that element. I'm gonna make it slightly smaller. Okay, that's a good size. Alright, so let's set the top 100 pixels, 50 pixels, 35, alright, that's good. So it's going to be 35 pixels from the top. Then let's say 50 pixels from the left. Let's make it 70. Or maybe even 150, 180. 210. Okay, there we go. So right now we have this box inside of this one. We can also add a border for the container. Border 2 pixels solid pink. So yeah, that is the main container. Then here is another container. And then we got the third one here. We still have to style that. So this is gonna be blue box. Let's set the width to be 80%. Height will be 50 pixels. The background color could be light blue. Alright. And actually I gotta move this a little bit. (135 pixels). And I'm gonna set this one to 25. So yeah, you can see that this box is going over this one. Because, well, this has a higher z index. The same goes for this. This will be going over these boxes right over here. So I'm gonna position it this one absolute, and then I am going to, let's say I'm gonna give it a top value of 80 pixels. Nope, 60 pixels. Alright. And left value will be like 30 pixels. Okay, and the Z index will be 3. So right now we can see that this one is on the bottom, this is in the middle, and this is on the top. So yeah, it's like a three-dimensional thing. That's how the Z index thing works. So yeah, the higher the Z index, the higher is the level of showing it will be when the elements go over each other. So yeah. Alright, one more example, let's go through it. By the way, one detail I wanted to show you is if we take this container class that has all these boxes inside, and instead of relative we set it to be absolute, it's gonna look like this. So yeah, things are definitely going wrong here now. So the heights, width and stuff like that, they are no longer like they should be. So yeah, use position relative on the container of your div elements if you are going to be styling the page in a way that they will be going on top of one another. Okay, what if we take the Z indexes out? Here and here. Well, then it's going to be looking like this. So instead of one element being on top, well, we still have one element on top, it's this one. But that's because that is the element that is being declared last. So if I cut this and put it over here, it's still gonna be on the... It should be so... Oh yeah, but it's so that the last element that is defined in the HTML code, that will be shown on the top. So yeah, if all the Z indexes are 0 or don't exist or are the same number, then the last one will be on the top. So if I put this in the middle, and where did my box disappear? Okay, there we go. Now we can see that the green box is going to be on the top. If we set the red box to be at the last spot, it's the one with the Z index 1, we can see that, let's say background color red, we can see that this one is going to be on the top. So yeah, if you don't use the Z index, the element that is last defined in the HTML file will be shown. I remembered it was the last element that is defined in the CSS file, but no, it's the last element in the HTML file. So in this case, this div element. Okay, so yeah, that is going to be the Z index in CSS. I hope you were able to learn something new from this episode, and I hope that I'm going to see you in the next episode or some other video on the channel. But anyways, Have a wonderful day, everybody. Happy learning, and yeah, bye bye, everyone, and see you guys later. Bye bye.